afraid every time I quit smoking I develop sleep apnea, and I might already have it because I've been cutting back and trying to quit. And the reason I believe you develop sleep apnea from smoking, or excuse me, the cessation of smoking, is the nicotine in cigarette smoke actually creates a suppressive effect on the mucus production, although the smoke irritation and the toxins that build up, your body wants to secrete it out and whatnot. And so the second you quit smoking, you no longer have the suppressing effect of the nicotine, and your body starts producing more mucus, and it tends to cause irregularities in your breathing at night. And I'm rolling my own cigarette, and that one didn't work out well because I wasn't really paying attention, talking, looking at the screen, thinking about stuff. Basically, what this is like, I don't have the, oh, there's a smasher. I do have it. I just used it. Anyways, rolling cigarettes, I think I calculated it to be about 75 cents a pack or under. And my ex used to always call me, no, he's not a meth head, he's a math head. You know, and then, see, I have my front teeth missing, which I don't mind because I feel like I fit in better here. It's easier and better for me to look like I do if I'm trying to get information off the streets about criminality or corruption in this community. So having a missing front tooth provides that value. In addition to that, I've always been wanting to live my enlightened redneck fantasies. And my enlightened redneck fantasies are essentially my childhood, a result of my childhood angst over being Chinese, wanting to be white, and really wanting to be a cowboy. And so, yeah, I came here to, like, wrestle pigs and chase chickens, which I've done plenty in California and here, and go noodling, hunting, and all that, but I haven't done any of that. My friends go boar hunting, and you know what they do? My friends out in, where is that, Kansas or somewhere? I play pool with the team that I bailed on. I'm sorry, Terry. I'm sorry, Phillip, and hold on, where's Vernon? Where's the paper thing? Everything's all messed up with this cigarette roller now because I'm not really paying attention to what I was doing here. I'm more thinking about the next steps and the technical aspects and other things that need to be done. But basically, what I just did is install a program called Freeplane. Freeplane's a mind map, and I like Freeplane because I believe it to be scriptable and HTMLable, and I don't need to be in this directory. I like to get back to there. CD means change directory, and so if I want to go into CD etc, there you go, CD down, CD up, whoops, CD down, CD etc up, CD down. And so anyways, we just at 12, we're out of there, and let's go to Freeplane. Let's see if it's installed. We should see. Now this is one of the beautiful things about Linux. You don't need to reboot even most of the time when you install programs. Usually it's just right there. I guess Freeplane was in the graphics? No. Education, games? No. Programming? Where are you, Freeplane? Accessories? System tools? Maybe we do need to do a reboot. Oh, there it is. Office. See? You don't. I don't trust my own judgment. Or experience. What I already know. I'm tired, that's all. Alright. This is Freeplane. It's just a mind map. It's a simple mind map. And although I have never used Freeplane much at all, and I don't have much to teach you about how to use it based on muscle memory, foreknowledge of using it. So in a sense, I'm learning it from a place of not knowing anything. Now, there's a difference between not knowing anything about how to use something or do something, and like, excuse me, and like having a well-structured and definitive, concrete, based on experience, knowledge of something that you've done over and over, like playing pool, for example. There's a difference if you approach a table to shoot a ball in, and you know exactly how to hit the ball, you know where to hit it and how hard to hit it to get the position you want. You have the confidence to make and execute that stroke over and over, versus the person who's never even picked up a pool cue. You can't really expect the person who's never picked up the pool cue to do what the person who has the expertise has. And that's true, and that's fine. And people know me as a pool player, and they see my skill, And they go, well, if he's good with technology, like, wow, I can't be like that. I can't be like him in pool either. Not true. Because the fact is that with technology, in many situations and cases, I know as much as you about it starting off, which is nothing or very little. It's true and not true in the sense that I have a pretty broad background. I'm sure I've started this program before and played it where maybe you haven't. But the reality is I don't know exactly what to click on, what the buttons do without sort of like staring at it. But I can teach you little secrets, because after you've used so many different kinds of programs, they're always changing. Even your same phone, it'll do a system update. The look will change, or new buttons will appear, or you install a new application or whatever from the Play Store or the Apple Store. And so in this situation, the advantage I have over you is you might not know what a mind map is, and I do. Okay? We're not talking about the advantage of me having seen this interface before or seen other interfaces before similar to it. That's another advantage. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm highlighting and elucidating significant aspects of things that you may or may not have experience with in discrete components. And so one discrete component is what we call the menu bar. And everyone who's ever used a computer has probably seen one of these at one point or not in their life. Okay? Now, that's one thing. So that's something we can agree on. We can both say, yes, I might not have opened this program up before, but yes, I've seen a menu bar before. And yes, I read English. Alright? There we go. There's a starting point. So even just alone, armed with that knowledge, okay, the very first thing you should look for is called, guess what? Help. Because that's what we need. We're in a place of ignorance. Why repeat the wheel? Why not get the best information you can? Go to the top. That's every time I do something, I'm always looking for the best information. What's the best program? What's the best way to do it? Why is it better? Is it faster? Does it run faster itself? Is it faster to implement? Does it have more sophistication and customization? Does it functionally do what I want it to do? You have to think about all these things in discrete components and break them up into little parts and pieces. And you break up every single thing you do the same way. You look at it through a systematic understanding of first principles in which you apply the same logic, rules of logic to everything you do. And this is the kind of thinking that all comes out from a word I call everything, but I don't even need to use the word or think of the word. I just do it understanding the principles, and I may not communicate it. But see, my part here to you is to communicate it, because you don't understand the first principles and we don't have time to get into them. So anyways, every single program generally has one of these menu bars, and on the left hand side, every single program generally starts off with the thing to save it or quit the program. It's usually in the far left, and if you go to the bottom it says quit Freeplane. That's pretty consistent across all software programs. And you know what? A lot of people who use computers know that. My sister probably knows that. Does my mom know that? Nah. But anyone who has any familiarity with using programs may know that, because they've saved, they've opened, they've exported, they've imported, and they've printed. And usually those kinds, and they create a new one. Usually those kinds of things are always in this first menu, and usually the word that's there is called file. On the far opposite end, usually what we have is help. And the help menu, see, because all these things, when you click on these things, they just open the menu. They're not clickable. And you see when you go down here and there's an arrow to the right, it opens another menu. If it has an arrow, you can't click on this either. It doesn't do anything. You have to click on this. So if we were to go to help, we would hover the mouse over help, and then we would go, what in here is the kind of help that I need? And so not knowing what help I need, I just have to read. Okay, so rather than now this first one, it says web resources, and I personally would just ignore this, what this says, because I would just look at the headings, okay, and see if I can find it here without going to submenus, because likely what we're looking for is going to be easily available to us. And here's a beautiful thing about learning on computers. People always get worried, oh, I'm going to break it, I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm like, no, you're not going to break it. If you click on anything wrong, it's not going to hurt nothing. So we don't have to worry about that. So if when in doubt, just click on it. So if I go web resources, now if I want to, I look at these. Freeplane's homepage, ask for help in this forum, report a bug, request a feature. I have no idea if any of these words means anything to anyone. I can't assume that. I mean, I know what these words mean, but from the perspective of teaching, okay, I have to assume that my student's starting from a blank slate until they inform me. I don't have any information about it, so I shouldn't make any assumptions on someone's user base of knowledge. And I don't want to condescend. I don't intend to condescend. And I don't intend someone to inherently know things about things they should know nothing about because they have no exposure to them. It's just nonsensical. So let's just go ahead and read what the words are. Web resources, about, tutorial, what's new in Freeplane, documentation, key reference, and API generator. Well, I would say these two words, key reference and API generator, probably don't mean something to anyone that doesn't know anything about technology. And they mean something to me, but it's even like, I'm not even sure what the key reference is. I know what an API is, but I don't know why I'd want to generate an API for this. So that's like interfacing it with a thing. And obviously that's not the help we want. But if we read these 4 or 5 above, web resources, well, we all know what resources are. And web, well, that means the internet. Okay? So a web resource, that's going to send us to a website that will be a resource to us to learn how to use Freeplane. But the thing is that that might be where we need to go. It could very well be. And it does say ask for help in the forum, and I might just go there. But before I choose anything, I want to clearly understand what my options are. Before I make any choice, I want to know what are all my choices. Put everything on the map. So I haven't done that yet. So let's continue. So the next thing, and I also said we're not going to look at submenus in general, we're just going to look at that word. The other thing I'd point out is generally, when you want the help you're looking for from a program, it's available within the program and you don't have to go to the internet to find it. About, well, I know what that word means. This program is called Freeplane. That says about, well, it's going to tell me about this program called Freeplane, which is a MIME. And maybe that's what I want to go to, but again, I'm not going to click on it. I'm just going to assess it for what kind of thing it could do. Oh, what's this? Tutorial. Do I know what a tutorial is? Do you know what a tutorial is? It's what I'm doing right now. I'm teaching you a lesson. That's a tutorial. So, Freeplane has its own tutorial. So now I'm maybe go, oh, this is what I need. But guess what? I'm not going to click on it. I'm just going to read down. But see, normally it would only take me like a second, and I've already got this whole thing read. Whereas you're still confused. But given the knowledge I've given you, it'll take you about 10 times as fast, I bet, if you didn't know anything. But see, if I made the assumption you didn't know anything, it'll make it go 10 times as fast, because you'll immediately go, how do I use this thing? Doug said to find the help. Where's the help? Here's the menu bars at the far right. And then where in the help do I go? He says, just scan through them, look at them all, consider what they are, and then click on the one first you think that's the one you want. What's new in Freeplane? Well, what that means is it's going to tell you about what's new in Freeplane. Speak English? And we don't care about that, because what's new or what's not, we don't know. The whole thing's new. If it's changed features or added features, it doesn't matter to us because we don't know anything about it. So then we get to documentation, which is really our last option, because the last two we've excluded from those choices. And now that can be another option. And so really what the choice here has to do with, and I'm just going to tell you, it's not web resources. And I'm going to go to about just so you can see, because abouts are always like this. It tells you the copyright and the licensing structure or whatever, and it goes away when you do it. It's going to be between documentation and tutorial. And what is the difference between documentation and tutorial? Documentation is like a reference manual. A tutorial is a series of lessons that build upon each other. So, If you never used Freeplane before and you're choosing between a tutorial and documentation, really the tutorial is more for the beginner and the documentation is more for the advanced user. Okay? So the advanced user might just start trying to screw around with it. Like, oh, this, see, it says read only here. So what we're going to do is, because this is open with a demo, when we're going to go new map, select template. It says standard 1.6. I want concept. I don't even see now. I've not used this before, but I know if it says select template, see, and that's a common thing. This black bar, you can click the mouse, hold it, and drag it. That's common with most programs. If it says select template, that means you're going to need to make a choice. And if you only see one choice, well, that's not much of a choice to make if you only have one choice. So that must mean there's other choices. And when you have an arrow, I'm sorry, if you have an arrow pointing down and you do that and you say, oh, there's some other choices. So, and you see how this one's darker, that means that one's already been chosen. So now, if you've never used a computer before, ever in your life, what I just told you is going to really help you, because you're beginning to understand the rules of logic, and it's really just how these interfaces work more than anything else. These are just virtual constructs, by the way. They don't represent ultimate reality. It's like a desktop user interface, a la Don Huffman, thank you. Anyways, I'm going to try concept, because I'm trying to express the concept, and I'm just going to hit OK. Ah, that's what I wanted. Okay, so now this is how my map works. It starts off with just concept. And so what is the concept? The concept is my business structure. So what I want to do is find, I want to change it from new concept, map. I want to, see, I didn't even know how to do it. I just said, I don't know how to do it. So I just clicked on it because I was looking for like a text thing or something up here, a button. And I don't know what I'm doing. So I go, well, what do I type here? What do I type here? Well, it's a business concept thing. So I'm going to type Woo Web Marketing. Whoops. Marketing and multimedia. Now, I could have just typed Woo Web Marketing, but from a visual standpoint, it doesn't look that good right now. We need to fix it. I hope we can fix it easily and I don't look stupid. But when I have a mind map, I want the multimedia to be there. Because I'm not just doing marketing, I'm all about the multimedia. And when I'm all about the multimedia, in fact, any kind of marketing that I'm going to do, I think my initial focus will just be on the basics. The fundamental basics, things that people could do on their own that don't know how to produce multimedia, can learn quickly and easily and get results. I'm not going to try to go super high-end and fancy. So my websites might not look always the best compared to what's out there. They'll still look pretty good, I'm sure. But, you know, I don't want to get tied up spending a lot of time in details because there's a lot more that we need to cover. And those are things that we can take up at a later date because we just need to get a functionally working website first. And I also want a functionally working mind map, not only to show to the public as part of the learning process, but as a way to guide my own understanding of what I'm doing and how things connect to each other. Mind maps are very helpful for that. Alright, so what I want to try and do is hit enter and do this, and then why is it over there? Ah, that's why. Okay, see, now that looks a little better. I'm okay with that. So now we want branches, and the branches are going to represent, these are all different websites. So Woo Web Marketing Multimedia is actually a website. So now I don't know how to make a node. It looks like one of these, but before I just start getting into it, I'm just going to look at the documentation. What the heck? Oh, I see. Okay. So this is, wait, hold on. I thought it was user guide. The user guide contains basic information and no quick start is like continue there, otherwise click me to unfold. FAQ. I'm lost. It's like, what is this supposed to be? So I'm like, what the heck? So let's go to tutorial now. Same deal. Okay. You just start. Okay, here we go. This is what I want. See, basically, I need to go to the beginner thing and just start from the beginning. What a brilliant idea. Basically, you just start typing to write text into a node and then hit enter. Alright, so to create a new node, press insert or enter. Okay. To navigate nodes, use arrows keys. To fold, unfold, press space. And to write formatted text, you press alt enter. Okay. So I want to create a new node, so I press insert. On Mac OS, press tab or enter. So if we go back, see what it did is actually opened up a new mind map. We have 4 mind maps. We had the first one, which I'm going to close. We don't need to save it. We have mine. We have this one. So basically what it did is it opened up the help and the tutorial in actual mind maps itself. I'm going to drag this one over here. See, I figured I could do that because that's a common feature. So I'm going to just click on this, I guess, and hit enter. There's my node. And so we're going to call this one University. That's my online university. Then we hit enter again. Okay. Now why is it doing it on that side? Well, let's just go with it. I'm not worried about it. We're going to do WitsWalkerWorld, and I'm not gonna tell you about these things because the mind map will explain it. So, and I hit enter again, and then I do WitsWalkerWoo. Okay, so now these are backwards. They should be in alphabetical order. Can I drag it? So now I'm lost again. So now I go back to documentation. And no, it was tutorial. Whoops, that's over here. Where it says selecting and moving nodes. See, you hit these plus things to open it. Moving a node in the hierarchy. To disconnect a node from its current parent and connect it to another parent, you should click and drag it to its location. So oh, that's not the moving, dropping positions. Is that what it is? Drop other notifications are visible if the cursor is above it. Is the cursor near the top of the target node? The whole upper half lights up. If you drop a node here, the node will become a sibling with the target node. Moving a group. Ooh. Anyways, I think I should just be able to drag it from what I read there. Whoops. This is sort of funky. Sometimes, oh yeah, I just don't know what I'm doing. I get it now. Okay, I wasn't really, I read what I read, but I didn't really think what it said. I'm lacking sleep. Sorry. Alright. So there we go. Bam. That's my first goal. As I made my first, I don't know, that's a center node, I guess. Then I have 3 branches. Okay, now these are going to continue to branch out. And I guess them being all on one side is just fine to me. I don't care. I didn't know what it was going to look like. So WitsWalkerWoo. So the first thing I need to do is hit enter. Oh no. How do I get? Oh, shift enter. I think that's what it was. No. Control enter. No. Insert. Yeah. Okay. So fantasy, fiction, blog based on reality, and then we enter again. And now why a fantasy fiction blog, you might say, and there's a lot to that again all comes out of first principles and everything. But in addition to the first principles, there's functional purposes and reasons. And let's see how we can explain the functional purposes and reasons. Is number 1, assumption unknown, let's call it. Assumptions unknown. So what I mean by that is this blog is not like a normal blog where someone just talks about things and they're a real person or a real business. But this blog is telling a story. Yeah, it's telling a story. So let's start with that, because we have to first say it's fantasy fiction and that this isn't real. And then we'll demonstrate the fact we're telling a story by writing down the name of the story, The Adventures of WitsWalkerWoo. Okay? And, this might actually be in the title of the website or whatever, this might actually be part of the continuation of the title. But I'm putting on another line because Adventures of WitsWalkerWoo is a description of something, and that's a discrete thing. And the first thing is also a description of a discrete thing, and it's the blog, right? It's what type of blog? A fantasy fiction blog. And what is it based on? Well, it's based on reality, but the thing is the blog. The next line is the adventures. Okay, and WitsWalkerWoo just describes the adventures. So the next line is actually redescribing the second line, which is essentially redescribing the first line. It's just more the title. The first line is the subject matter, identifier, definition, I guess, what it is. The second and third lines will be the actual title of the blog itself. The Adventures of WitsWalkerWoo. Let's see. Adventures of WitsWalkerWoo. The multiversal. I like this one. Tour guide. Because what... and that I just made up. Because I was trying to think of what are we doing here. And I said, well, we're going to take people on an adventure. And WitsWalkerWoo is the tour guide. And this tour is happening through the multiverse. So because it's happening through the multiverse, it's multiversal. And I'm getting into more of the first principles, and which I don't mind doing right now, because we've encountered a word that we don't know what it is, so we need to define it. Multiversal. If there's a multiversal has multidimensional, a multiplicity, a myriad of expressions, and the expressions occur through words. And so, have you ever heard of a verse? A word is a verse. A multiverse, what is the difference between a word and a verse, and a universe and a multiverse? Well, it's seemingly, they're two different things, but they seem to use the same word that seems similar. But what I'm asserting is that the language that we use actually creates the structure of reality that we experience. So we're not going to get into that now. We're just making a mind map. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. How do I get rid of that? Okay. Multiversal. What's next? What else? What other things can we describe about this? Okay. Multiversal tour guide. And what is the tour we're going on about? The destruction and recreation of culture. There you go. Okay, what else? Fulfillment of ancient prophecies. What else? Conclusion to evolutionary, to a stage in evolution, in the evolutionary development of humanity. Okay, already. The return of that which which, ugh, I don't know if these should be capital. And I don't know if these are correct. I could end up changing these, but we gotta start somewhere. Because this is a fantasy fiction blog. I've given the freedom to do and say whatever I want in a fantasy fiction blog. Return of that which is divine. And conclusion. I want to say conclusion. Graduation. That's a better word. Graduation in stage of evolutionary development of mankind. I like that better than humanity. I don't know why. Sorry if there's any females out there that are upset about that. But typically the male gender is used to define the uncreated creator, the unseen, and the female gender is used to describe the creation, the seen, Mother Earth, for example, Father God, hidden or in the heavens. And that is actually sort of reflected not just in the Judeo-Christian view, but in a lot of others. But I actually agree with it to a large degree, and we'll get into why and how I arrived there at first principles. But again, we're not trying to do that. We're trying to just finish a mind map. I can't find my cigarette. Oh, dang it. Oh, there it is. Okay. So we're almost done. Let me just finish this, and I'll roll my cigarette next, and we'll move on. Return of regeneration stage evolutionary. Return of that which is divine. Okay, and then I'm gonna. How do I? Okay, and I'll write cosmic consciousness. Okay. I think the next one is the restoration and healing of the planet. But it's not just the planet, it's the people. And it's not just the people, it's the animals. And it's not just the animals, it's the plants. And it's not just the plants, but it's the rocks. Yeah. And the water. So you could just call that the planet, because in a sense the planet encompasses and includes all the things on it. But when you say that just planet or the earth, it doesn't recognize the significance of the human role and aspect of it, nor does it recognize the importance of the interrelated the interrelationship between humans and all the other species. Basically in alchemy, because this is an alchemical philosophy. Shit, I forgot to write that there. So let's see. Oh yeah, I got it. Adventures of WitsWalkerWoo in, oh, I love it, in alchemical philosophy. And the multiversal tour guide, guess what? Of space, time, mind. Oh yeah, see, it's more descriptive now. The destruction and recreation of culture. And I just wrote culture, but culture encompasses everything. It's government, it's law, it's religion, it's media. I'm not just talking about like slang here, or how you dress. I'm talking about what you eat, how you what you drink, how you get your stuff, how you shit. Every little different thing about how we do everything in life is going to be re-examined. So there's something I'm missing. I see now as I'm looking at this, and everything is speaking to me. The spirit is, cosmic consciousness is, and it's showing me things. Because I'm trying to discreetly break up these different components, and I'm also trying to do it in a sequence. So we first have to define what it is, because if we don't define it as a fantasy fiction, then we won't have the freedom and leisure to change names. And oh yeah, fantasy fiction based on reality, where you decide the truth. That's important. See, now we're getting where you decide the truth. You decide what's true. What's true, the truth? What is true? What is truth? What is true and what is not? Yeah, let's make it simple. Colloquial languages. Okay. Oh yeah, what happened to what happened here? Oh, there you go. The Adventures of WitsWalkerWoo in Alchemical Philosophy. Your your multiversal tour guide of space-time mind. And what do? Oh yeah, we're skipping something. Scouring and data mining and everything for answers to questions, resulting in answers, plural, to questions. For what purpose? For the purpose. I like using sentence case. I think I might do that for this at least. Let's do sentence case with everything. I don't know why. It just looks better, I think, and it makes me have to think less too. I don't know. See, these things are important to me. I'm not going to worry about it right now. We can fix that later. It'll get the point, right? So that's an expenditure of resources we don't need to use right now for our purposes. Complete and total. I like that. That sounds like it's Armageddon. Complete and total. Culture and society. Okay, which is equivalent to the fulfillment of ancient prophecies, and necessary result. Necessary step for continued life on Earth, resulting in the okay, so it's not it's the same as, or it results in. I guess it would be the same as. Now we're talking time domains that are unclear when something begins and ends. It might just be the same thing. I don't know. Never really know what I'm doing. Graduation and stage of evolutionary development of mankind. Okay. Let's call it humankind. I like that better. Human. Or humanity. Back to humanity. Humanity, which is the return of that which is divine, cosmic consciousness, and that results in the restoration of the nations and healing of the planet. Now, I don't know how I'm going to put this in here, but I want to express the idea that the planet is composed of the four life types of lives. And this is alchemy, just so you know. It's human, animal, plant, rock. Yeah, rocks are alive. In this fantasy fiction blog, rocks are conscious agents. Crystals, stars are too. Of the planet in a... Ooh, I don't know if I want to do it this way. Let's just see what happens. In a multiversal expression of... In a multiversal expression, human, animal, plant, and rock. Well, and you know what I think? I might be not certain. I'm not certain about this. But I am, my intuition is telling me I am correct. And I never even thought this idea before. Maybe I have. I don't know. I'm not sure. I think the sun might be a rock. I think stars might be rocks. I don't know. I'm not sure. We'll find out. We need to investigate these things. Okay. So, we're not done. So this is sort of explaining, and it sort of has a sequence to it. In one sense, all of these things are the same thing. They're all same. WitsWalkerWoo, what is it? A fantasy fiction blog. What WitsWalkerWoo? Here's the title. Okay? WitsWalkerWoo, who is he? Who is this WitsWalkerWoo? Okay? WitsWalkerWoo, what does WitsWalkerWoo do? That's what he's doing. That's the action. That's a verb. So what we have is we have a definition, a subject. Now we're going into the action. So this is what it does. To perpetuate life. Let's do that. Perpetuate eternal life. Let's go life eternally. Okay. And so what is this scouring and data mining going to do? It's for this purpose. And this purpose is equivalent to this. And this is equivalent essentially to that. And that is equivalent essentially to this. And now, so this is one chunk. Now I realize I need to actually move this down to another branch. I don't know how to do that. What I want to do is, this is the content. Okay. This is the content. This is defining the content. It's subject matter. And now the next thing will define the content structure. Okay, so how do I move all this? So if like I did this, I think there's a way. Whoa, I just closed it. Let's save this. Good idea. Just in case the computer just shuts off. So we go documents, and then we go marketing. That's fine. And then that. And then, oh no, what happened? Did I lose it all? What did I do? What happened? No, it's still there. I was like, oh my gosh. Scared myself. Okay, so let's try and do this. Back to our tutorial. I want to move that node down. Insert. How do I insert it? So introduction, selecting and moving nodes. Moving a node in the hierarchy. Moving a group. Shift. on the first node. Okay, so we can just highlight it. Okay, I didn't know that. So how? Okay, so I want to do is do this. I'll just do this. I'll make the next one. What is it called? So we go content. Whoops. Content structure. User contributions. No, we'll call this user engagement. Okay, I think you'll see more clearly what's going on once I get a little farther ahead. So now I think I should just be able to drag this like this. Yay, it worked. Okay, so now we definitely want to save it. Alright, see now those things got smaller. And then structure. Okay. So we need insert. So we go, it's one aspect is linear. Another aspect is nonlinear. Whoops. Another aspect is nonlinear. Another aspect, multidimensional. Another, I like it with this capitals and the D, I don't know why. It just looks funny. Because I guess what it is dimensional is really the thing that multi is describing, and multi is like in itself doesn't really mean something as much as with having the word dimensional. So I sort of feel like you need to capitalize a D. And so let me explain. I know there's more, but I can't. I'm just waiting for it to appear. But let me just go explain what this is. So it's linear in the sense that it goes from beginning to end. It has a beginning point and has the end point. But it's nonlinear in the sense that there's going to be times, like say, and this happens all the time in writing. Like say it starts off and then there's a flashback. You know, they remember a part earlier in their life. It's nonlinear. And so you're going forward and you're going backwards. That's nonlinear. But there is one aspect where you can just go forwards, and there is one aspect where we're just going to jump around. But what I'm saying is that it has both aspects, and it's still unclear. I haven't described in detail exactly how I will do that and apply that. These categories need to be broken down. Okay, it's multidimensional, and that's not explained yet, but we're not worried about that. The next thing, it's based on referential position, expression unique to referential, and now we're going to start abbreviating. That's space-time line. So let's just define these a little. Beginning. I don't know if these should be in the branch below or they should be here. Has beginning and end. And this goes nonlinear essentially means time travel. Ability to travel and move freely in time. Okay, multidimensional. Why do I keep doing that? Multidimensional, what does that mean? Exists in multiple dimensions domains, and densities. Expression unique reference. Expression is unique. Unique expression. Let's call that unique expression. Oh, by the way, I'm using Control right, Control left to move the cursor. Shift, Control X, Shift or left, Control V. Whoops, sorry. Unique expression to referential position in space-time I. All right, user engagement. Content contribution. Ooh. Consent forms. Contracts and consent contracts and consent. Compensation. And what else kinds of things? Learning and teaching. How do I get it? Oh, there we go. Learning. I want this up here. And teaching. And compensation. Let's see. Compensation. What else? Intended. Hopes and expectations. And feedback mechanism. Notifications and updates. And what are we doing? Contact for administrative contacts. Administrative contact. That looks pretty good. This is turning out a lot better than I thought. But honestly, I was worried that I wasn't even be able to get the program to work. Honestly, I was like, oh my gosh, I've never used this program. What if I screw up? So yeah, I didn't have that fear, not because I have confidence in myself. I have confidence in everything. I have confidence in the series of first principles. I have confidence in Christ. I have confidence in my combined educational experience previously in computers. But they're all the same to me. Just different aspects. I'm eating some apple pie from the dispensary. I need a good webcam to record myself so I can have a face shot. Has anyone got any webcams out there lying around they're not using? I'm using like a $5 one right now. Got off eBay a long time ago from China. Slow boat. And it's connected to this, like, I bought this thing to hold my cell phone in the below the mirror, and broke, and it wouldn't hold the cell phone anymore. The thing that holds the phone broke off, so I bolted on. What did I do? I bolted on a webcam to the end of it, and the webcam really sucks, but it's the best mic that I have that doesn't have to hook up to a mixer, because I have a mixing board and a recording sort of set up in the other room, but I don't want to have to keep moving it. It's huge. It's a fucking mess. I just need a good headset mic and webcam maybe. I like headset mics over like webcam mics, because just the quality of sound is everything. You ask me in multimedia production. Video you can do things with, but sound is sort of like you don't want there to be noise and have to remove it. Anyways, this is going to change, and I'm going to get user input and feedback on this right now, actually. So what we're going to do now is we're going to export this, and we're going to export the OBS Studio video, which is how long? What does it say? Oh my gosh, I've been going at this for an hour and 15, 16 minutes. So now with no editing whatsoever, no intro, no explanation, I'm just going to push this out there. I'm going to stop the recording. I'm going to save it. I might have to export it or resize it, or I don't know, upload it. I don't even know. But I guess I'll put this on, what do you call it, YouTube. And I guess I should record uploading it to YouTube. So the recording is not going to stop just yet. Jeez. Actually, no, let's do this. I need to take a break, but I want to publish something because I got into the stage of completion. And it's good to reward myself now with a pat on the back and say, okay, let's go ahead and show the world what I'm up to. So now, I don't even know. We need to do, let's do JPEG. That's easy. And since this is a JPEG, we're not going to put it in documents, we're going to put it in pictures. Oh, we should put it in NextCloud. Yeah, let's put it in NextCloud. I should call this a mind map. Oh no. What is this? It just crashed. Okay, so that probably is because we're missing something. Let's go check this out. Can I copy that? Is it copied? Let's try it again. And I want to say mind map. Oh, it did it. Cool. Yeah, it did it. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and upload this because even though I got this done, there's still the process of uploading, and so we're gonna go back to Facebook now. Oh, I'm scared. I hope my sister doesn't get mad at me. I'm following my purpose. Oh, only 3 notifications, thank goodness. No bots, friends requests. And see, now all this, actually I have to cut the video before because I don't have consent forms for CJ Wiley, for all these people. See, all these people, by having their name appear in this video, they could all be up for a lawsuit. That's why I want to get off of, onto a Bitcoin thing. Those people are more techy and smarter and more motivated to earn, and when they see what I'm doing, it'll fall naturally into place, probably with the system, the way it works. Anyway, so what I'm going to go, what's on my mind? What's on my mind was able to express emotions and feelings as well as information to someone very important and dear in my life that may have been very disturbing, may have been also very disturbing to say, and I'm going to have to learn how to splice an video because I can't publish this. So I'll have to watch this video carefully and go through and get consent forms, people. It's just someone very important and dear in my life. That the information which was information that could be very disturbing, that was very disturbing, and difficult for me to say at a time when I am completely exhausted, a recognized and a self-recognized and self-aware Facebook addict. Okay, I can't even remember what I wrote now. Someone reread it. Let's go. I don't want to abbreviate. I'm going to take the time to punctuate probably. I was able to express emotions and feelings as well as information to someone very important and dear in my life recently today, which I have not been able to do for a lifetime, which I feel I have not been able to do for a lifetime, and am glad for it. In regards to at a time when I am completely exhausted, a self-recognized over Facebook addict, and in need of sleep, and still having to prepare an email for a potential client. I'll actually just tag him. You don't mind? I don't think he minds. Would he mind? I don't know. See, I don't know if he would mind. I'm not talking about publishing this video, would he mind? I'm talking about would he mind for a potentially... I don't know. My style is clarity, and if you don't like it and I don't get his work, I don't care. But I don't think he'll mind. I'm going to take the risk, because this is the Woo way. Prepare an email for a potentially interested client. Mr. Topol, I hope to have that to you after I finish editing a video for you all to see what I am up to, and do I need to write this? Oh shoot. Oh no, look. Oh my gosh, it's the bot. The bot's back. No. Oh no. Hey there. How are you? I was wondering, oh, she hasn't talked to me. You doing? I was wondering if you were going to talk to me. This is awesome. This is so awesome. I gotta get consensus versions now. Okay, leave her alone now. Just forget about her. Close this window, we don't need it. That was from earlier. Maybe we'll get no responses. Don't be a boring bot. Come on now. I went too hard on her. I should have just started. She could not be that smart, but I doubt that. I think this is like this bot's playing dumb, I think, on me, because this bot is actually one of the more subtle, sophisticated bots. What it did. I guess this is my break. I'm breaking by playing with the bot. Okay, forget the bot. Forget the bot. Continue. I want to take a real break. Okay. Add that to you after I finish editing a video for the public. For the video, editing a video for the public, all to see what I am up to, and how WitsWalkerWorld and an inside look into WitsWalkerWorld from the inside out and not the outside in, as many but not all have seen it. Okay, does that make sense? That's a fucking long ass run-on sentence and I love it. I think that's crazy. I think anyone who would write like this would probably seem insane to me. But I don't care. I think it's beautiful. It's like art. I don't consider Facebook like factual. Like I like just typing on it like it's like my place to write poems. It's my place to just mess with people and see like what kind of responses I get. I'm data mining because the expression of what I write can be interpreted multidimensionally just like anything can. But the way I write specifically, my intent is to do that. And the kinds of different responses I get and how people react is just so mind-boggling because it's just all the full spectrum. It really is. But we can talk. Well, we'll talk more about that later because there's a lot to that. I'm just going to read this to see how it sounds. I was able to express emotions and feelings as well as information to someone very important and dear in my life recently today, which I feel I have not been able to. And then I should say, I think you know who you are. More run-ons, right? Would think you know who you are. She might not see it, and I don't care. See now, consent form, that notification, we gotta blur it out, which I feel I have not been able to do for a lifetime and am glad for it. In regards to information that was very disturbing and difficult for me to say, at a time when I am completely exhausted, a self-recognizing self-aware Facebook addict, and in need of sleep, possibly therapy, LOL. And still have to prepare an email for potentially, and still having to prepare an email for a potentially interested client in need that I will help regardless in any way I can, even without compensation. My sister will go nuts over this. I shouldn't have said that probably. I don't care. She can deal with it. Without compensation, I hope to have you if we cannot come to reasonable terms. I don't want to give myself away. As many, not the outside, as many, but not all have seen it in bits and pieces. And with no explanatory. Okay, what is that sentence done? No, I don't think so. If we cannot come to terms, reasonable terms, what was I doing? I was able. So, I could put some periods in here, but I love a big run-on sentence. It makes people think I'm manic. It's funny to me. I guess that really has to do with like people feeling I'm or me feeling misunderstood, and my way of dealing with it is to. So I'm so used to it now that I just try to make myself feel misunderstood. I think there's some subconscious desire to. Like, oh, that's what you want? I'll give you that. But then there's the people who really know me that don't even really get, they just sort of laugh. Anyways. I now present to you the result of let's see, that video, what time was it? Oh, I need to start time tracking. I forgot to start time tracking this. Dang it! I have NextCloud. Okay, let's estimate That video itself, I think, was an hour and 15 minutes. Is this it? This is not it. There's nothing there. Oh, wait, it's still recording. Shoot. Hour and 30 minutes. So it's 8 o'clock. Hour ago was 7 o'clock. Say we started at 6:30. So we come over here to we're not Facebook, but that thing. Then we go to NextCloud, and I think I have a time tracker in here. And if because this is 19, so it's not installed, it looks like. So let's go over here. Let's go to apps. This right here is gold, what you're seeing. I mean, I just need to figure out how to do a few more things with it. I need to figure out how to do a backup. I need to figure out how to attach my domain name to and get the SSL challenge to go through. And there's always more to this, but your apps, active apps, disabled apps. I want the time tracker, featured apps, organization. Is it under here? I think I have to install it because, dude, there's so much cool stuff. There's an AI program in here too for facial recognition, so you can upload photos and get a whole database. I'm going to use that in my investigations, I think. Yeah, I am. Notes. I guess we should download Notes. I don't know if that's the one I want. I think there's more than one. That only got a 4-star. Notification when an event is shared, calendar is added, modified, or deleted. Okay, so if we're not ready for that, so I can't even put it on the external internet yet because of the SSL challenge failure. Yeah, actually, I need to sort of go through this and figure out. There's a couple different things I'm missing, I think, and a couple different things I want. Oh, look, there's mind map editors inside of here. So let's just look at these now. Oh man, I bet you these will import Freeplane though, because Freeplane's a pretty. And the Markdown editor is probably what I want. So too, I'm not getting into explanation now. I'm using LastPass. You should definitely use LastPass if you just need to use I don't care. I don't need to explain. You just use it. Just Google it, okay, and figure out what it is, and tell me why you think I say you should use it, and then you can talk more about it. Oh, analytics. I don't need that. I'm the only one using this. I don't need to track how often I'm using it. So this one's got stars. Let's just take a look at it. This is download enable. Oh, it's amazing. Some Chinese sound looking dude. Actually, that one sort of looks. Should be here then. Where is it? Element. Ooh. This is not even the thing that. What did I come here for originally? I can't even remember now. That's how tired I am. Oh yeah. Okay, right. I want the time tracker. That's right. And ooh, should I get? Yeah. Clam. If that slows it, that's the antivirus. I'm real concerned about security. Oh, looks like external Dropbox. That may make my life easier, but I don't know how much I trust Dropbox. Eventually, when I get, I think another way I could do it is just to sync the NextCloud directory. I sort of have it turned off. That's something that we'll talk about later. I'm not even looking for the time tracker, I guess. I'm just looking. Because it's like, I need to get this stably set with the programs I want and need, and I'll have to keep looking around. There's a time tracker. Oh, there's another time. Ooh, I like that one. Ooh, it's got little bars. It's grayed out because it's waiting, it's downloading the other one. When the one finishes before this will stop. Okay. And so we're still haven't uploaded our thing. We're still in this post, and we still need to finish the sentence. Okay, so now we should see it somewhere. I think time manager and time tracker. So I think I used time tracker before. I wasn't too impressed with time tracker, but it's what. Oh, what have you done? This is different. This is different. And let's see, time manager. It's different than this is the one I used. Okay. I think it sucks because I don't even remember which instance of NextCloud I had all this stuff entered, but it's okay. Let's use not the time tracker, but the time manager. And the reason why is I've used the time tracker before. I haven't used the time manager yet. And where did the time manager go? Where did it go? Is it up here? Oh, yeah, here. Jeez, that was weird. Oh, this is time manager. So, I mean, I haven't used the time tracker. And it says start. Can I just hit start? So now it's running, and it says to fill it in. I sort of like this better, because then I can just hit start and it counts. So I'm hit stop. And let's see if I can just edit it. So now it created something. And can I just edit this? Oh. Yeah, I can. So we said, what was it? This video is an hour and a half. We probably spent 2 hours on this total. Because I spent at least 20 minutes before I started recording, I'm assuming. And we're just going to call this, because I've done all sorts of other stuff today too. We're just trying to use this. So let's just call this, it's 8 o'clock now, which is 20. So 2 hours is 18. Sorry, I'm a little slow right now. So we go to 0, and then we'll just call this 20. And then we will just say, even if it takes us longer, we'll just say we're done with it. Okay, and then it says select tags, no description. Okay, so I guess I go here, describe it. Oh, what have I done? How do I change the description? See, this is what I want to know, but I just ended it blank, but it let me change it. And it looks like it didn't change. Why didn't it change? So all of a sudden, I don't like this that much because I don't know how to use it. Yeah, I like the other one better, I think. Let's just, because I don't really need the timer. I'm just more concerned about the reports. Oh. Okay, so this has projects and clients. Look at the other one. It's now where I'm back to which one should I use. So let's just look at the other one, clients, projects, tasks. So this has clients, projects, tasks. The other one, clients, projects, tags, reports. This one looks a little, tasks. Yeah, I think I'm going to just ditch this one. What am I in? Time tracker? And so was the other one time manager? Yeah, I'm just going to ditch time tracker because I don't really care. I can't make up my mind. I just don't care for the one with the start typing. And I used the other one before and it was okay. So time, oh my gosh, was it time tracker? Tell me it was. I hope I got the right one. Yeah, okay. So what did I do? Describe what I did. What did I do? I don't know what I did. Made a video. A first video and I'm going to call it I don't know. First IDK video means I don't know video and mind map. So that basically means, like, a lot of times when I'm working, I don't even know what I'm doing. I just survey the landscape of the tasks I need to do and reprioritize myself with what needs to be done first as the highest priority. So at the beginning there, I was sort of like so sleep-deprived. I was just like floating around. So here we go. Duration, we're going to call this 2 hours. The date is that date. See, now I don't have to put the beginning and the end. It's the 15th, so not the 16th. Why does it say the 16th? Is this time wrong in this thing? And the client is simply Woo Web Marketing. Doug Woo, and providing services of Woo Web Marketing, my own business. I'm putting the whole shebang in there because I want to see what happens when it gets long, because other businesses' names might be long, and so I want to figure out how it all works. Okay, let's just hit add options. Client. Oh, I didn't hit. I guess I have to create a client first, which I didn't do. Okay, so if that's the case, let me just copy this just in case. Come over here. Don't have any clients yet. So, Woo Web Marketing and Multimedia. Okay, see, that's a domain name, but that's also the name of my business. But also, I have another client, which is WitsWalkerWoo, which is a domain name. It's a website, and it's a subcomponent of my business. But I consider it a different client because I'm just using that for time. Or actually, hold on. We have projects. Yeah, no, that's what it should be. Okay. So we have a project. WitsWalkerWoo. Because these are all the same client. Another ad project, and this one is University. And now, just so you know, this NextCloud instance that I'm running is running on a used computer. No longer can run Windows. It can't run Windows 10, and it's got Windows 7, which is expired. So I put a version of Linux on it. You can still use it, sit down and use it like a desktop, but it's running NextCloud on it. It's got like a 250 gig drive, so I have plenty of storage on it. All of this is running off a used computer, essentially. It's like a web page running off of a used computer. Okay, so now, Woo Web Marketing and Multimedia. See, I like how this looks. That's why I like this one. Okay, so what was the task that I did? Okay, this is the task I did. Add. Okay, what happened? Oh no! Whoa, hold on. I don't know what's going on. Yeah. Why does it say? Oh, time entries. Okay. See, tasks is the first. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I should do it this way, because I see what's going to happen. Every time I do a different thing, I'm going to have to create a new task, and it's going to create a lot of new tasks. So I'm just going to call this episode 1, and then let me think about this. Let's go back to task, and not the project. How do I don't have any tasks. Let's add a task. And then we'll call it video episodes. Because all these things are just video episodes. Because I'll have audio episodes, I'll have video episodes, I'll have like video. But I'm also working on the mind map. So it's a little confusing because I'm doing, see, that's a problem with me, is I'm doing so many things at the same time, trying to create the maximum value, that I'm going to do. Oh, that one is there. I thought, oh, that's just a time entry. That's weird. I didn't. Oh, that is, oh, delete, okay. I'm messed up. I haven't used this before, so I'm just all messed up with it. I've used it like, okay, I deleted it. What the heck is going on? Okay. Let's try this again. See, this is how you learn, guys. You just screw around with it. Now, this is messed up. This is all messed up. This is all messed up. I'm not a big fan of this, how these menus work. It's one of these should say WitsWalkerWorld, and it doesn't. And I want to edit the project, but it only lets me add it. Why? Show projects for projects, add project. Where's edit project? How do I delete a project? What the heck is going on here? I don't understand. I'm lost. What the heck? Man, maybe I should go back to the other one, huh? I know I'm missing something. I must be. Oh, yeah, I can just click on it. Duh. Okay, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm just tired. Okay. Back to here. Back to here. See, I'm still learning how to use this. And then WitsWalkerWoo. Add task. And then we say video episode. Okay. Ah, see, there's two of mine. I didn't realize these are actually entries. That's what I'm missing. These are editable entries. So I go video episodes, edit, add time entry, duration 2 hours. No, first episode 1. I don't know, and mind map. Yeah. So now here's what I'm talking about. For what I mean by nonlinear and multidimensional and existing both in fiction and reality is, for some people, they may see this video as the very first video in the multidimensional fantasy fiction blog, and there's no introduction, there's no explanation, it just starts with some guy ranting. Okay, for other people, they're going to personally know me in reality, and they're going to see it, and they're going to see it as a continuation of an existing effort of something that I'm doing, and they're going to be curious as to what I'm doing. Some people want to see it from the other inside. Some people want to learn. Some people have no idea what I'm up to. But in all cases, although there is a beginning point, everyone's beginning point, their perception of it is different based on their referential time and space-time, or position in space-timeline. So, anyways, we'll get to that. Now, this should be... Why is it saying 10/16? Does it have the wrong date? Oh man, let me fix that. Okay, so add time entry. Okay, so we got our first time entry. Yay! What does this checkbox mean? What's that do? No idea. And this video is now 1 hour and 48 minutes. My lord, I'm going to be creating so much content onto YouTube, and dude, the NSA and the CIA, they're going to be like data mining. They're like, fuck, the supercomputers are smoking. Anyways, what am I doing? Oh yeah, checking the date and time on this thing. Where do I set it? It's probably oh no, it's right. Why does it do that to me? Why does it want to put in tomorrow's date? That makes no sense. It's illogical, not following Wilson structure. Okay, upload the video. Okay. Oh shit, here we go. Oh no, consent form.